You got me hypnotized by the way you look at me. Yeah, baby, don't you lie, girl, you know your body T. Yeah, you show me your pretty girlfriend, who is she? Yeah, I'm just tryna know if you wanna be with me, with me, with me, with me, with me, with me, with me. If you wanna be with me, with me, with me, with me, with me, with me, with me. If you wanna be with me, you got me hypnotized by the way you look at me. Baby, don't you like, you know your body T. You show me your pretty girlfriend, who is she? You should know if you wanna be with me, with me, with me, with me, with me, with me, with me. If you wanna be with me, with me, with me, with me, with me, with me, with me. If you wanna be with me. What you said to me doesn't even make sense. Yeah, I'm telling you, you have to feel the music if you wanna dance. I just wanna take you out and go to Essence, yeah, yeah. The way I feel your body, oh my, got me in a trance. The way you keep on looking at me, do you need a lens? I don't wanna feel like I'm the only one who cares. Baby, do you care? Baby, do you care? You got me hypnotized by the way you look at me. Yeah, baby, don't you lie, girl, you know your body T. Yeah, you show me your pretty girlfriend, who is she? Yeah, I'm just tryna know if you wanna be with me, with me, with me, with me, with me, with me, with me. If you wanna be with me, with me, with me, with me, with me, with me, with me. If you wanna be with me, you got me hypnotized by the way you look at me. Baby, don't you like, you know your body T. You show me your pretty girlfriend, who is she? You should know if you wanna be with me, with me, with me, with me, with me, with me, with me. If you wanna be with me, with me, with me, with me, with me, with me, with me. If you wanna be with me.
Lucid days, I'm getting closer to unlock my consciousness. The poison's only building up my tolerance. We were never born to be the obvious, isn't it obvious? Time is slipping, dials spinning. I still wonder if I'm dreaming, or maybe I'm the only one who's wide awake. Am I the only one? Feel like I'm ascending. I've planned every step, I've seen everything, so it's no surprise I can't sleep. It's just the push that I need. I've gone past the point, I'm all in. I know that you're thinking that you're really gonna do it, but you never really do it like me. Time is slipping, dials spinning. I still wonder if I'm dreaming, or maybe I'm the only one who's wide awake. Am I the only one to know where we are? Am I the only one to know where we are? Am I the only one? Am I the only one? Am I the only one?
Try to break us, but we won't back down. Destroy us, we'll always be around. Loud sound, big missile jumping from the clouds. Watch your step in this torn up town. We're fighting.
Would you like some good news about the United States? Peanut allergies, which are among the most dramatic and dangerous of all food allergies, peanut allergies are plummeting. Like, the rate of new peanut allergies among little kids has dropped nearly in half over the last decade. This is according to a big new study from Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Why? How? Well, apparently, because public health awareness campaigns actually work. Because the public health bureaucracy, which the present US administration is setting on fire, the public health bureaucracy actually works, at least sometimes. Scientists found that feeding peanuts to babies and toddlers makes them much less likely to develop peanut allergy later in life. And public health professionals worked to inform people of this fact. Their efforts are now bearing fruit. Or nuts. Or beans, actually. Peanuts are technically beans, which are technically fruits. Actually, they're the seeds of fruits, which is also what nuts are. Anyway, we're going to cover this new research and the older research on which it is based. And we'll try to answer some basic questions about peanut allergies, including why they only seem to be prevalent in rich countries. Also, what even is an allergy? Let's start there. Actually, let's start by thanking the sponsor of this video, Create Creatine Gummies. An allergy is your own immune system hurting you because it mistakenly freaks out over a harmless substance that you encounter. And this is true of all allergies, food allergies or otherwise. Like many people, maybe like a quarter of people, I am allergic to some kinds of pollen. The airborne, powdery sperm of flowers. Technically, it's a group of 2 to 5 cells that produce the sperm, so let's compare it to semen, which is the animal fluid that contains sperm but is not exclusively sperm. Anyway, like many of you, I am allergic to certain kinds of flower semen. And stupidly, I moved to Knoxville, a warm, humid city with abundant flowering plants situated in a valley that traps air and keeps it from blowing away. Flower semen shoots straight up my nose, where my immune system mistakes it for a dangerous invader. Pollen should be harmless at normal levels of exposure. But for some reason, my body doesn't know that. So, my body sends in its immunoglobulin E antibodies, IgE antibodies. A healthy person produces 5 basic kinds of antibodies, and IgE is the one that we use to attack tiny parasites that enter our bodies, including, fun fact, the one that causes trichinosis, porkworm. My IgE antibodies bind with otherwise harmless pollen grains, which triggers the mast cells in my connective tissues to release histamine, which causes inflammation. Histamine kind of opens up the capillaries, makes them more permeable to white blood cells and proteins that flood into my tissues to attack the invaders. The mucous membranes in my eyes, my nose, my throat, they swell up, they close off a little bit, and they get itchy. My eyes water and my nose runs because my body is trying to physically flush out the pollen that it does not know is actually harmless. And I sneeze. As vomiting is to the digestive system, sneezing is to the respiratory system. It's an explosive ejection of whatever outside substance I have recently taken in. Peanut allergy is another kind of IgE-mediated allergy. It's that same parasite-attacking antibody that is involved here. Among like 1 or 2% of Westerners, their IgE antibodies bind to the particular kind of storage proteins found in peanuts. Storage proteins are exactly what they sound like. In animals, the equivalent would be like the casein in milk or the albumin in egg white. Gliadin in wheat, one of the gluten proteins. That's a storage protein that seems to be involved in people with gluten sensitivity. The storage proteins in peanuts are called ericain and conericain. When people with the allergy eat these proteins, or one of the other allergens that are in peanuts, there are many, or when they breathe in peanuts in the form of dust, or they get it in their eyes, the IgE antibodies bind to those proteins, which leads to the release of histamine, which causes inflammation that can be dangerous or deadly, like acutely deadly. Peanut allergy may not be the most dangerous food allergy. It depends how you define most dangerous. It's certainly not the most common food allergy. Among adults, the most common food allergy is shellfish. And among kids these days, it's eggs or maybe milk. But peanut allergy is a particularly bad combination of severe and common, which is why you've heard so much about it. Also, kids tend to not outgrow it. Most kids will outgrow their egg and milk allergies. Most will not outgrow their peanut allergies. About 80% do not outgrow it. Now, part of the peanut's bad reputation as an allergen is no doubt the result of media hype. But it is absolutely not all media hype. The reactions some people get are really awful and sometimes deadly. Why? Several factors, including, but not limited to, number one, potency. Peanuts just have a lot of allergens in a very compact form. Number two, the effect of cooking. If you're interested enough in cooking to be listening to me, I don't need to tell you that heat changes proteins. Some proteins become less dangerous to allergic people when heated. The ones in peanuts become more dangerous, specifically when dry roasted, which is an extremely popular way to prepare peanuts in the Western world. Globally, wet preparations are more popular, and that may be one reason that peanut allergies are rare beyond the West. Roasting peanut proteins has been shown to create more binding sites for the IgE antibodies. That's unusual. And then there's three, how they are digested. One of our biggest defenses against dangerous food of all kinds is our digestive system. The acid, the enzymes, these break down our food into chunks that we can absorb through our intestinal lining, but they can also kill some pathogenic microorganisms, they can denature some toxins, etc. Peanuts, along with some tree nut allergens, can resist being broken down. And peanut allergens have been shown to actually inhibit the action of some digestive enzymes. What's more, they have this unusual ability to cross the gut lining and enter the bloodstream intact. They literally change the bonds between gut cells to squeeze themselves through. Thanks to the Australian molecular biologist Dwan Price for posting a very readable list of those factors with scholarly citations, linked in the description along with all other sources. So what does all of this get us? It gets us a powerful allergic reaction that is systemic rather than localized, the way my little nasal allergies are. The peanut allergens go all through your body. With a relatively minor reaction, you may feel itchy, get a rash. Then there's gastrointestinal effects, cramps, diarrhea. Respiratory effects, sneezing fit, asthma attack. And the circulatory effects. Histamine causes your blood vessels to open up, to supply extra white blood cells to fight the infection, which in the case of an allergy is imaginary. When your blood vessels open up wide, when they dilate, your blood pressure drops because you have the same amount of fluid passing through suddenly wider pipes. A really, really severe allergic reaction is known as anaphylaxis. The Greek root phylaxis means protection. Ana means a bunch of things depending on the context. In this context, it means against or without protection, or like the inverse of protection. The immune system is meant to protect you, but anaphylaxis is when it goes nuts, as it were, and does the opposite of protecting you. This is as opposed to prophylaxis, which means for protection. A prophylactic drug is one that helps prevent a disease. For a mild allergic reaction, you can take an antihistamine, like Benadryl. For full-blown anaphylaxis, basically the only treatment is epinephrine, which is literally just another name for adrenaline. You inject the hormone adrenaline directly into your muscles, which has the effect of rapidly constricting your blood vessels. That's why people with severe allergies carry EpiPens for emergency injection. Without the EpiPen, a person with anaphylaxis can die from asphyxiation, the throat or the tongue swell up so much that they can't breathe. They can die from their drop in blood pressure. Not enough blood, not enough oxygen reaching the heart attack. This is called anaphylactic shock. The allergic reaction to peanuts usually happens really quickly, like within minutes. Sometimes it's delayed a couple hours, or there's a second phase of the reaction a couple hours later when other biological pathways get involved. As always with this kind of content, I am massively oversimplifying the science, to the extent that I can even comprehend the science. We don't know exactly how prevalent peanut allergies are. Some studies come up with 1% of people in Western countries. Some come up with 2 or 3 or 4% among kids specifically. Most studies have historically shown that the rate is rising rapidly in the West. Then came a study in 2008. Now, lots of medical research looks specifically at Ashkenazi Jews for a number of reasons. Genetically, they're relatively homogeneous, and that can help you learn certain things. And then there is the existence of the modern state of Israel. Because Israel exists, you have large populations of Ashkenazi Jews living in the US and in Europe. And then you have a large population living way over in the Middle East. And these populations, mostly, did not diverge until relatively recent geopolitical events. So you've got lots of people with very similar genes living in two very different places, two very different environments, two different cultures, different food. In 2008, the British pediatric allergist George Dutoit found that Jewish kids in the UK were 10 times more likely to develop peanut allergy compared to their counterparts in Israel. The biggest difference, he determined, is that Israeli kids eat this snack brand called Bamba as their first solid food. It's puffed corn, like a Cheeto, but instead of being flavored with cheese powder, it's flavored with peanut powder. And apparently everybody eats Bamba in Israel, so it's always around. And parents found it to be a good first solid food for babies because they can grab it easily and it kind of melts in your mouth even if you don't have teeth to chew it yet. George Dutoit hypothesized that very early peanut exposure might train kids' immune systems to not freak out. Little kids with eczema and egg allergies are way more likely than most to develop peanut allergies. So he looked at kids with eczema and egg allergies. Some of those kids got peanuts, some didn't. Overall, early exposure to peanuts